Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and today I'm going to be playing as the Tau versus the Necrons. There were some subscribers that were asking for some example matches to kind of help with this matchup, so I tried to do it against a few different players to see if I could facilitate that for you. Hopefully we'll get you a little more experience, but we're doing the Settlement, Strategic Command, 2,000 points, standard 80-point target, 8-turn limit here. So I will play a game using my recommended army. If you watch my army build guides, you'll see this is one that I like to use as the Tau against the Necrons. What it effectively does is we bring 2 commanders, that way we have double flamers, and we're able to increase our accuracy and damage, 2 cadres, 2 stealth suits, 1 tactical drone, a couple of breachers to help me take out heavily armored guys, and then have their photon grenades. I have 4 pathfinders with the ion rifles, and then I have a few strike fire warrior squads too, just to help me get some range. Now on this map with our jump infantry, we can tend to move pretty far, so I tend to take the point right away.
What do you need?
And then we try to get some breachers over here. The nice thing is with the flamers is that you can usually use those to drop any scarabs that may be dropped down on you. Now you'll typically have multiple alleys here, so if you're playing on this matchup, what I usually recommend is you use this main alley as a corridor to shoot as Necrons start to fly in to attack you, and then you also...
Awaiting instructions.
You know what, actually I don't think I grabbed my strike warrior squad. I think this is the one without the strike warriors now, or the fire warrior. Nope, I do. Okay, this is the one that has it. I was gonna say sometimes I exchange them out for other drones depending on the matchup, but I was pretty sure I drew the one that had the cadre fire warriors here. So and then I just set up another kill zone on this left side, so we kind of have 3 areas of attack on this map, and then hopefully we can slowly knock out any Necrons that come for us. Now for some reason our Overwatch wasn't triggered with our units here, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, because I really depend on that Overwatch for the first engagement. Now this is actually pretty good. This is what you want to have happen when you're playing against the Necrons, because most people know that the Praetorians are actually pretty decent against the Tau, because they can take quite a bit of hits, and then with the reanimation and then the melee they can lock things down. And this is something that sometimes players struggle with, is they overextend themselves. And now it's going to be easy for us to take out at least 2 of his Praetorians, because he can only have a maximum of 4 at 2,000 points. So we're going to give ourselves the 20% extra shots, because that will affect our flamer. Now it looks like he's got a big warrior, flayed one, and immortal squad, and that makes sense, because actually if I'm going to be overcharging anything, then I'll suffer damage, and if I get a bad damage roll, then the Gauss Blaster will... Yep, see, there I got the worst possible roll I could have, where I got 4 out of 5 units damage. So if he had a single Necron Immortal with a Gauss Blaster there, and he had a decent chance of hitting me, he could squad wipe this whole area, this whole squad here. And they're extremely vulnerable to Necron Scarab summoning, so we're going to have to keep those guys way far back to make sure they're just not sniped down. And while I usually don't like to use flamers against the Praetorian, since I got the 20% additional attacks, I think we'll have enough damage here to squad wipe them. And we'll probably have to use our other units to finish somebody off if they resurrect. So only 1 resurrected, so that's good. So we probably just want to use this strike team, because they have a little less armor piercing.
Cut them down.
There you go. And so now first strike team's down. Or Praetorians are down. Alright, second Praetorians are down, so that's now 2. I could probably move you over here.
Ready for orders.
How do I want to do this?
Moving out.
I think we just need to keep you back so all those immortals don't shoot into you. We do have another Praetorian over here. So if I bring you over, I should be able to kill him too, and that'll be the third out of 4. Assuming he has 4. So good, that was a much better damage roll, so only one of them took damage there. One resurrected. Let's put marker lights on, because I really want him to die. Let's get the strike team over here. And attack here. Oh, you just missed. Oh, and he's back up. Alright, well, I should be able to get up here with the breachers.
Clear them out.
Okay, good. And then I should have enough movement with my tactical drones to come up here and take this. Alright, looks like he's got a Overlord way in the back there. So he must be trying to maximize his movement bonus, because he does have a pretty slow army. Pull you guys back a little bit more, try to prevent that scarab from charging into you.
I serve the greater good.
And now we're back to this situation. I could just run you over here and capture this point. That's a lot of Overwatch to have to run through because you're already damaged. Maybe what I'll do is I'll run the commander over to here. He should be able to survive some of these attacks. That's more damage than I would like to see, but he should be able to attack the immortals.
They deny the way of the Tauva. Kill them all.
Alright.
On your word.
And then I'll camouflage and put you to here to body block that. I'll hide you around the corner because that should give you at least a little bit of partial cover from getting attacked. And then, because he has filleted ones, I probably want to do a checkerboard formation to make it so he's not going to be super effective at warping in here.
They will not get through this way.
So let's do that.
Orders. Pushing forward.
And if I do this, it should block all these areas too.
Awaiting instructions. We serve the greater good.
And then, if I run you down to here, you can capture this location. And then I can pull the commander out of there.
Consider it done.
And then what I'll do is I'll bring some Pathfinders over here.
Pathfinder team on the move.
And then when he kills the stealth suits and tries to counter capture this location, I can set up some Overwatch here. And I'll even pull him back a little bit. That way he has to run into me. Now it'll give me double Pathfinder Overwatches. That should be good. Alright, let's see how this goes. So yeah, he's shooting into me. Alright, dimensional gate. Okay, decided to walk into me. Good.
This will not stop me.
What? Why didn't my Overwatch go off? What the hell's going on with my Overwatch? That's the second Overwatch that's failed to be activated. Because even if he's charging, it still should activate the Overwatch to give me a chance to suppress him. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't like this too much.
We've been spotted.
Yeah, that should pretty much get the kill. Oh, did he not? Alright, well, not too unhappy about that. Oh, he did the suicide charge there. Gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna charge me. Oh, I think he is. I think the game was just wonking out. I was gonna say, because he should be getting enough damage that he can really mess me up. Yep. Alright, so breachers are down. Flayed ones are moving up. So I'm pretty much losing control of this right side. Alright. Looks like his other Praetorians are coming up now. Stealth suit is down. And then I'm guessing he just summoned another warrior, I think was that sound. Alright, well, this actually might work out for us because he's all grouped together. And so that should make it pretty easy for our commander
I serve the greater good.
to start getting some flaming. But he also has his jetpack up. So that means I could probably...
Thrusters engaged.
Well, if I have my jetpack, I can come here because that'll give me 2 movement. I can now double flame.
Kill them all.
And then we can flame again.
They killed us.
Alright. And now those guys are down.
We serve the greater good. What do you need?
What do I want to do here? If I bring you over to here, you can finish off those filleted ones because they'll have a zone of control. So let's do that. Now, unfortunately, that means he's going to have an attack that he can't use. But if I bring you over to here, I should be able to double flame these guys, and they're already injured. So that should be able to kill both squads.
They deny the way of the Taufa. Kill them all.
Ah, he got back up. Alright. Well, if I move you over to here, and I jump you back, I wonder if I can use his other attack to finish these guys off. Ah, you just fell a little short. Now, if I moved my... Alright, well, if I attack here, you should kill those guys. 2 are back up at half health.
Team
So
on
let's
move.
move you over here.
Awaiting instructions. Pathfinder team on
Let's
the move.
bring the weak Pathfinders that I don't want to get too close over here. Okay, so now all 4 Praetorians are down. And if I move you to
Nothing
here,
shall stand against us.
you should be able to start shooting into these immortals. Okay. And we'll pull you
Pathfinder team on the
back.
move.
And we still have the strike team. I could move him up, but then he will definitely die next turn.
We serve the greater good.
I serve the greater good.
Orders confirmed.
Yeah, I don't think I want you to die, because if he has so much low-tier infantry,
Stealth team.
then
reporting in.
flaming is going to be the way to go. So I think what I can do is bring you to here, shoot this guy. That'll kill the warrior squad. He's down.
Ready for orders.
I can bring my breachers all the way up to here. And I can then throw my photon grenade over here and blind 4 different units.
Taking fire.
So that, I think, is a good use.
Confirmed.
I can jump you to here and take that. And then I can bring the other breachers up to here. And body block this location so he doesn't just summon scarabs and take it back from me.
They will not get through this way.
Yeah, I think that makes good sense.
Moving to position.
Pull you back just a
Nothing
little
shall
bit.
stand against us. I serve the greater good.
And then we still have this
Standing by.
situation over here. So really those ones that have the
Awaiting instructions. Pathfinder team on the move.
boosted abilities are the ones we should probably focus on killing, since they're getting bonus damage
It will be done.
and armor piercing.
Priority
I
target
should have done
marked.
that first.
Cut them down.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I wonder if I'm going to fail to kill these guys now.
To the front line.
Alright, so he's got one model left, but because they both use their dimensional gate,
We
you should
serve
be
the greater
safe.
With pride. Awaiting instructions.
Alright, and then my strike team is still here. So let's move you to there. So now you should have a better chance to hit.
Strike team ready.
Alright, 71%. Alright, wasn't great, but
We serve the greater
wasn't
good.
the end of the world.
Awaiting instructions.
Alright, we'll just turn our guys around a little bit, just in case he decides he wants to summon scarabs on me.
Incident done.
Alright, so he's got a lot of low-tier infantry here, but still pretty decent amount. As long as I can keep holding these strategic command points, because the
Ready for
points are on
orders.
my turn, I should be able to outlast him. Because it's 30 to 10 right now.
Orders.
I'm not sure why he hasn't moved the warriors up. They must just got all jam-packed together. Or he just didn't have the Overlord close enough. Oh wow. So that actually tier 2 ability does pretty good damage against the stealth teams. I'll have to remember that. 'Cause that seemed like it was doing 60 to 80 damage per model there. And then obviously squad wipe my breachers. Alright, it looks like he's doing the same thing he did before, where he's grouping everybody together. So that should give me the opportunity to
Movement ahead.
hopefully
I serve the greater
flame
good.
a lot of guys.
Ready for orders.
What do I want to do here?
Awaiting instructions.
Well, he's got a lot of guys on Overwatch. My question is he overwatching here or not? Because ideally, if I could throw a photon grenade in the center there, I could blind every unit that he has And if they don't activate their Overwatch, it'll cancel the Overwatch.
Pushing forward. Seek cover.
Okay, okay.
We will
Nice.
not fail.
Alright, that's got rid of the 2 Immortal Overwatches and blinded everybody. If I do this, you're only going to have 1 flame attack. But
Nothing shall stand against us.
if I were to move my cadre
Moving to position.
over to here, he should still be in range, right? Yes. So, we want
I serve the
to
greater good.
move as many
Standing by.
guys into range as we can.
Pathfinder team on the move. Pathfinder team on the move.
To increase my attacks by 20%,
Make every shot count.
like so. And I need those Immortals to die so I can get up there and double flame the other Immortals. Well,
Priority target
let's do
marked.
this.
We serve the greater good.
And we'll have you shoot into here. Okay, good. 2 got back up. Bummer.
Strike team, ready.
Let's pull you back. Alright, you got a 79% chance to hit, so you should get the kill. And you do. So now, if I move you up to here, we can do double flame through his Immortals. And double flame should wipe out
Deny the way of
the
the
full
Alpha.
squad and just leave them weakened for the resurrection. Every once a while, it seems like the reanimation protocol gets activated a little bit quicker. And so if you have a unit that has lots of flame attacks, like the commanders, as you can see, if they start to reanimate, then you can start doing damage to them again. So you could see that I was doing damage to the first squad that was closest to me, but not to the squad that was behind me. Alright, so now we significantly damaged those guys.
How can I assist?
Alright, let's bring you over to here.
Cut them down.
You can shoot into here. Good. Then we'll pull you back.
Pathfinder team on the move.
And then you still have to attack. You have a 100% chance to take out those Immortals. I could also guarantee some squad wipes over here. I don't know if I really need to. Or I could attack the warriors. And weaken those guys
Awaiting
down.
instructions.
I think we just go with the guarantee. Because I
shall stand
think
against us.
I'm going to need assistance
I serve the
wiping
greater
out
good.
these units since they keep reanimating on me.
Consider it done.
Ready for orders.
Alright, you can come here.
It will be done.
How can I assist?
Alright, he's down. And then, if I summon a crisis suit here, that will allow me to body block any scarabs from taking this location. And that'll guarantee that I hold the location. And then I can do this to weaken those guys down. Probably should have gone with the squad wipe, but I was kind of hoping you were going to take out more models than that.
Establishing fire zone.
Alright, and we probably need to move you guys back a little bit because we don't want them summoning scarabs on top of us and locking multiple guys
Standing
down.
by.
Alright, and we want to turn you guys so your rears aren't exposed so that you don't get attacked and get substantial damage dealt to you by the Necrons. Alright, we got this situation. I've got a 58% chance to hit. Oh, that wasn't great. Now it's got a 67. I guess we can just have you body block this point.
The trap is set.
We'll set that up with some
To the front line.
Overwatch.
Confirmed.
And we'll keep you here, keep you there. Alright, this looks good.
We serve the greater good. Pathfinder team
Yeah,
on
we
the
probably
move.
want to pull you back so you don't get attacked, because we got to keep you guys alive. Alright, we're up to 60. Well, he's doing his tier 2 attack. That did 100 damage to each model there. But because he's blind, he's not able to get enough damage output. Alright, and he's moving up with the filleted ones here. Dimensional gate? Yeah. Alright, here come the
Movement
immortals.
overhead.
Targets outside of visual range.
And ended up conceding just because he didn't have enough mobility to keep advancing. So I think that makes sense because there wasn't going to be any way he was going to be able to close the distance and start attacking me. So probably an appropriate concede. So he's got, I killed 3 filleted ones, 4 immortals, 4 Triarch Praetorians, 1 warrior. And then the unit sacrificed its movement was the Scarab that ended up kamikazing into my Breacher squad there. Our commanders had 98 and 99% accuracy because they were mostly using their flamers. The cadres had 100% accuracy, which kind of surprises me actually, because I felt like some of those attacks had missed. Obviously, the 1 Breacher squad was annihilated before it got to do any attack, so it had 0% accuracy. Fire Warrior strike teams had 90 and 73 accuracy, 1 with 2 kills. Pathfinder had 2 kills with 85% accuracy. The other Pathfinder had 1 kill with 77%. So as you can see, as long as you keep your guys available into different alleyways with good range of fire, you should be able to do additional damage and be able to get enough killing going. Because our other Pathfinders have 91%, 77%. Our tactical drones had 88%. Breacher had 100% accuracy. And the stealth suits were a little bit weaker, but was 67% accuracy. But again, with their fusion blasters and then jumping around, we're not terribly shocked by that, but they still did a lot of good work for us. So I still think this is a pretty effective build. This is a little bit of a harder map, I would say, for the Necrons because there's so many close encountered areas with these different killing pathways running through the city that it forces the Necrons, if he's going to do a mass infantry build like he did, it'll cause his guys to start grouping up together, which means there's plenty of potential for the photon grenades and the flamers to really do a lot of good damage here. Now, we were able to get enough killing potential going because we were able to take out multiple units per attack. However, if he would have spaced his units out a little bit more, he would have been able to overwhelm me just with the sheer amount of bodies. But because he's forced to break his attacks into 2 or 3 different sections, he's not able to continually buff the movement of his units with the Overlord, which is what you want to do to give your guys at least 4 movement to help you navigate the map. Because if you only have the 3 movement, then you're kind of stuck in the back here, and you just, while you're able to do good damage with your Overlords, and the Warriors can do okay damage at really far range. They're ideally meant to be around range 3. And so it really limited his ability, especially once I started throwing the photon grenades in his face, because then that started lowering his accuracy by, I think it's 10% on the splash and 15 on the primary target that's hit. Now, one of those photon grenades did do some damage. I've never seen that happen before because the photon grenades I don't think cause any damage. But one thing that people sometimes forget is the photon grenade also nullifies any overwatch. So if you are playing against a player that likes to set up lots of overwatches to force you to move in there, if you can run behind cover like I did against that city wall there, then I was able to throw the photon grenade over top of the wall and then avoid 2 of those 2 of the 5 overwatches, I should say. from the Immortals were the strongest units there. So not only did it allow me to then, for 2 turns, reduce their evasion, making it easier for me to shoot them, and also lowering their accuracy, meaning I'll take less damage. It also canceled those overwatches out, so that became very effective. So it actually became more important for me to weaken multiple squads than it was for me to do damage with their little shotguns. And that's one way to really get the most out of your breachers against the Necrons, is because they're going to have so much range. If you can really get those photon grenades thrown in their face, just the evasion alone can make it easier for you to guarantee the kill, and then you start adding on accuracy penalties. That can be a real nightmare. Now, obviously, if you would have had more Praetorians or heavily armored units, and I'd want to use those breacher squads to help me shoot down and weaken those heavily armored units to allow me to more effectively squad wipe, because as you can see, my Pathfinders were significantly overkilling the Necron units and wasting a bunch of attacks, and that is something that happens with some frequency against the Necrons, especially with reanimation protocol, bringing up weaker units that you'll then have to waste another round of attacks on. But thankfully, again, because he was so grouped up, we were able to take advantage of that situation. Now, interestingly, he went with spamming the tier 2 ability. Now, that did allow him to take out the stealth suits and do some pretty decent damage. But generally, what most players will want to do is, he could have, for those 2 points, he could have summoned 4 different scarabs. And so it would have been a total of 8 scarab swarms that he would have had instead of those 2 tier 2 attacks. And that would have forced me to have to decide, am I going to shoot against the scarabs or am I going to shoot against the infantry units? And then the Pathfinders and Fire Warriors do not have enough attacks that they can wipe out a scarab swarm. So it would have to be my cadre would be, or not my cadre, my commander would have to be using his flamer attacks. And that's not how you want to be using those attacks, especially when you're this close together. So while it did allow him to take out some units, I think it would have been much better for him to do massive scarab swarms, because especially if he would have put those in my back lines against my weakened Pathfinders, I may not have been able to get back there to assist with my commander, especially if his jetpack wasn't available, and then I would have terrible accuracy, and that would have dramatically cut down my amount of attack. So I think going with the scarab swarms would have been a much better use of the points. Now, the one turn where he's able to use it to kill the stealth suit, I guess you could argue that killing a breacher squad in a stealth suit is worth it compared to harassing me, but I think definitely on the second round the scarab swarm would have been a better option. Now, I think his counterpoint would be is, hey, I'm losing, I need to just get some kills and take out those damn commander units, because they're allowing you to kill multiple units per turn versus just hampering your back lines and may or may not be getting kills against the infantry, especially since the scarab swarm has been nerfed so bad. Because how it used to work is you would summon these scarab swarms, and if you selected a unit, an enemy unit square, then they would do a double charge attack, meaning both of them would do a charge attack. And if it happened to be that they came in at an angle where it was a rear attack, you get really good damage. And then after they got their animation, they'd still have full movement points and still have an extra AP, so then you get to attack again. So potentially those 2 scarabs would have done a total of 4 attacks. Now, people were saying that's too overpowered, and it certainly can be, especially if you luck out and get a bunch of rear attacks with your summoning, and then you move them around and get some more rear charge attacks that can allow them to kill actually most HQ units, which definitely feels real bad. But the assault squad and the crisis suits, which you saw here, still have their action point, and then the assault squad still has the turn that it gets summoned, and the turn it's summoned, if you use it as a charge, you summon it on a square that has an enemy unit, it'll do a charge attack, and then you can buff them with their abilities and then attack again, and that's usually enough to take out most squads. Now, I think probably Slytherin's counter argument, which I think probably makes sense in this case, is, well, that's a tier 2 ability, so you're using 2 command points to get that double attack with the assault squad, whereas the Necrons, you're potentially summoning in 4 scarabs every turn, and you don't want them having a total of 8 attacks, because every turn that happens, that can just be very overwhelming. So I understand the fact the reasoning that they had behind the nerf, but what I don't like is if you don't select them for that charge attack, they just don't have an AP. So that's the only way they get an AP with the Scarab Storms, is if they get the attack. Otherwise, they just have full movement, and that's what pisses me off. It should be either you get to select the charge attack, or you just summon them and then move them and do a regular attack, and you have to decide which way you want it to be. Because in order for the enemy units to be engaged with melee units, you have to have attack the unit, and if you just move them into the square next to them, they won't get the engagement penalty, but you will have a zone of control. So if they try to move, then you'll get an attack of opportunity, but you really want to have that engagement against the Necrons to stop them from being able to just killing your Scarabs easily the following turn, or shooting into your other more important units without having that accuracy debuff. So with that, I hope this, I think this is like my second or third match now with playing Tau versus Necron, so I hope that helps that player that was really struggling with these matches here. As you can see, I got to play against multiple different players with different skill levels, so I think this will give you an opportunity to see how to play these matches. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.